probably know Carillon as a large construction and services company, over 40,000 people. But what you may not know is that we are the largest employer and trainer of construction apprentices in the UK. We operate quite a unique model where we employ those apprentices on behalf of the construction sector and our supply chain, and we give them opportunities for work experience with our supply chain and with other organisations that we create a relationship with. We believe that young people should be given an opportunity to enhance their skills and their capability, so we've developed this programme in conjunction with the government and in conjunction with CITB to employ these apprentices on behalf of the sector, give them training in our construction training centres and place them out onto sites with our supply chain and with other companies that we've created a relationship to get the necessary skills they need to complete their qualifications. And during that time they may spend 3 or 4 months with one particular work experience provider and move on to someone else and someone else. So during that time they will probably be with 3, 4 or 5 different work experience providers. Some of those will be Carillon sites, some will be our supply chain, some will be others. And it's through that they get a very rounded qualification and exposure to the construction industry. At the end of those programs, very many of those apprentices will take roles in the organisations that they've worked with, or they'll be employed by Carillon. And currently 80% of those successfully completing an apprenticeship with Carillon will go on to full-time employment, and 7% will move on to further education or training. Well, potentially there is or has been a perfect storm. We've seen some 400,000 people leave the construction sector, and how many of those are returned? 4,000 apprentices made redundant. Over the next 5 years, we're probably going to see 20% of construction workers retire because they're over 55. CITB itself has researched and found that the construction industry will need another 200,000 workers over the next 5 years. And construction itself is forecast to grow by 70% by 2025. So there is a huge skills gap. But there are some fantastic people out there to support our industry, and what we've got to do is change the image of our industry so it's more attractive both to new entrants and of course to females. 9% of females work in the construction sector according to research done by the UK Contractors Group, and that frankly isn't good enough, so we need to do something there. The construction industry is a great industry to work in. There's a job for everyone. Unfortunately, it does have an image problem, with 35% of careers advisors wouldn't recommend a job in the construction sector. And it's just wrong. We are a forward-thinking industry with a lot of great things going on, digital technologies, BIM, for example. And I think there's a future for every young person who has the right skills to come into our sector and say, actually, I was part of building an iconic structure. What a great feeling to have.